Plaintiff James Pinkin Jr. first dated the defendant in 1990, but their relationship didn't work out because she was looking for a husband. And since then, she's been married 8 times. James claims he and the defendant reconnected while he was in prison, and he moved in with her after he was released. But he's suing her today for an illegal eviction and emotional distress. Defendant Teresa Lewis Goldman says when she first dated James, he was in the streets, selling drugs and chasing women. Teresa claims while James was in prison, she supported him financially and emotionally, and she's countersuing him for emotional distress.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I met this lady back in 1990. My mother introduced me to her. We moved in. I moved in with her for a few months. I eventually moved in 1990.
You moved in with her in 90?
Yeah.
For how long?
Less than 6 months.
Okay.
So I moved out and I moved away. We had differences that we were going different directions. She was looking for a husband. I wasn't looking for a wife at the time.
You were looking for a place to stay?
No, I had a place to stay.
Oh.
I had a place to stay.
All right, go ahead. So you stayed with her about 6 months in the 90s, then you left.
2005, I was arrested and went to prison. I was in federal prison. 2010, I wrote her, and she told me that she was getting a divorce. And I'm like, again? She said she was getting a divorce from her 8th husband. 2005, I was arrested and went to prison. 2010, I wrote her, and she told me that she was getting a divorce. And I'm like, again? She said she was getting a divorce from her 8th husband.
Plaintiff James Pinkin Jr. is suing his ex-girlfriend, who he claims has been married 8 times.
Go ahead.
We started writing and corresponding. And basically, I appealed my conviction. Eventually, my conviction was vacated and I was granted immediate release. I had a brother that passed the same day. She played the piano for my father's funeral and my little brother's funeral. She's a musician. So there's a connection to the family. When I got out, I knew she had been seeing somebody else. So basically, I went to the VA.
She had been seeing 8 people.
I don't know. I was away, Your Honor.
Okay, you the one told me. You said she was on her 8th husband. We do know that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Since
sir.
you were gone, she definitely saw 8 people because she had been married 8 times. All
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, sir. So basically, I went to the VA. I'm a veteran. So I went to the VA, and she was going through some things with her father. Her father just passed recently. So he was, kind of sick, so she said she needed some help. So, she had problems with her home, needed, help with her home. So,
Okay, so before we get to the home issues, let me allow her to give some background, then you can
sure.
venture back into that. Ma'am?
Your Honor, James and I used to date 25 years ago. He was in the streets selling drugs and charming women and chasing women. I wrote him and I talked to him and I sent him money and supported him while he was in prison.
What years?
The whole time he was incarcerated.
Was that 05 to 16?
Yes.
And did you all begin a relationship while he was there? A romantic relationship of any sort?
While he was incarcerated?
Yes.
No.
Okay. So when he got home, tell me what happened from there.
He had no place to go, so I had opened up my home to him.
She says you were looking for a place to stay and she allowed you to come, but you give me the history on moving in with her.
Okay, first of all, Your Honor, we weren't corresponding from 2005 to 2016. I wrote her in December or November of 2010. She was going through a divorce then. Mm-hmm. That's the day that we started corresponding.
All right.
So that's a false statement.
So from 10 to 16, you all
Right.
Right.
And in 2013, she told me, 2012, she told me she had met somebody and don't call her, don't write her no more. So I stopped. Okay.
But the check still came?
No, not.
Okay.
No. Okay. I did have a place to stay, Your Honor. I got evidence here to show that I was living at a VA facility.
So how did you all come to live together, if you ever did?
I came by and we spent the night together, and she said that she needed me. Okay, she wanted me and she needed me. So
What did you interpret her?
what did I interpret that as being?
Yes.
Like, come on in, you know what I'm saying? Come on,
Needed you romantically, intimately,
All of that.
or help, all of that?
all of that,
right.
all the above.
Okay.
All the above, Your Honor. So basically, Your Honor, this is what I did. I left this facility. The dates are here that I resided there, and the dates that I weren't there, I was at her place, okay?
Let's see it, please. And so you're showing me this to say what? Did you all have an agreement that you would move in, and did you indeed move in and live with her?
Yes, I did. I moved in, Your Honor,
Mm-hmm.
and about 3 weeks after I was there, a gentleman that she was sleeping with, one morning I'm sitting at the kitchen table, we're getting ready to go to church.
She needed him.
He's in the garage, got the security codes to the garage, got keys to the house, is in the garage, knocking on the kitchen door. She calls the cops on him. The cops come there. She put a restraining order out on him. I left the same night, went back to that facility. A few weeks later, I came back to Gary, because this is in Melrose Park. She tells me, she's crying, I need you, I'm sorry, this thing will never happen again, blah, blah, blah. So I go back. That's on me.
Plaintiff James Pinkin Jr. is suing his ex-girlfriend, who he claims has been married 8 times.
Go ahead.
One day, I'm a part-time driver for Uber, but I'm a disabled vet. So I'm driving and working all day. And I asked her to pick my mail up from the post office box because I'm expecting some stuff from Uber and a bank card. She picks up the mail and takes it to her job. She couldn't take it home. It's a 4-minute round trip. She couldn't take it back to the house where I could pick it up when I got off work. Instead, she sends me a text message saying she's gonna be at the beauty shop. So I go to the beauty shop to get my mail, and she's upset. And I'm like, why, but why are you upset? You got my property. So basically, when I came in that night, she's got what they call sleep apnea or something. So I slept in the other bedroom, okay? I slept in the other bedroom. Then I get a text message the next morning saying the locks will be changed on the door in 2 days, okay? So I go on my daily routine. I was in an accident July 26th, rear-ended on the expressway. So I got physical therapy 8 times a week. So I got a lot of damage to my back. But basically, I come in after being out to therapy and working all day, and the locks are changed on the door. I got the garage remote control. So I open the garage, her car's in the garage. The door's locked. I call her over 50 times. She don't answer the phone. I know she's in there, her car's there. So I left, went and rented me a hotel, okay? I come back 2 days later, she ain't answering the phone. The door's locked, I can't get none of my property. I can't get my clothes, can't get my tools, can't get, anything. My phone
What did she
charger.
ultimately tell you the reason was?
She didn't, she never
You
answered
still
the
haven't
phone.
gotten your things? Let me hear from you, ma'am. Tell me what happened.
Your Honor, first of all, I wasn't his landlord, and he wasn't my tenant. We didn't really have an agreement, as I said to you.
Was he living with you?
Yes. He was living with me off and on. He was back and forth in between Gary and Chicago.
Did he have his clothes there?
Yes.
Was his mail coming in your area?
Yes.
Was he helping out with the bills?
No, sir.
Never helped with rent?
No, sir. He paid a NIPSCO one time in July, and
What's
that's
that,
it.
a bill?
Yes,
The,
one
utility?
bill. One bill out of 5 months.
Sir, do you consider yourself being a resident?
Your Honor, yes.
Why do you feel you were a resident? Did you pay? Did you say you would pay? Did you all have an agreement?
Here's a proof of residency, right?
There you go. Let's see it.
There's all my mail coming there.
All right. Is the address you reside at on Hendrick Street?
Yes.
And you knew he had items coming there?
Yes.
He was living with you, ma'am. You didn't know that you can't lock a person out who's living with you?
No, I did not, but I did give him notice, and he did say he was leaving, and
Yeah,
he
but
did
the
not.
law, I'm sure, requires 30 days notice. He said he was leaving?
Yes, he
When?
said he was. That was about 6 weeks ago, 6 to 8 weeks ago.
6 weeks prior to that.
Right, before.
He told you he was leaving.
Yes.
Sir, did you tell her you were leaving?
She's lying, Your Honor.
Oh, so you intended to stay there how long?
I intended to stay there until I was able to leave. You know, I wasn't able to leave. Okay, I had just started working for.
Okay, where you live now?
I have my own place.
When did you get your own place?
August 12th. I'm sorry, August 12th. Before that.
And you evicted him, or you changed the locks when, ma'am?
The 11th, August 11th.
And sir, this lease began on the 12th of August, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you had a place to stay the next day. I thought you said you had you were gonna leave when you could. Well, you could that next day because you were able to get a lease. Like she said, you told her you were leaving, and indeed, you were leaving. You were leaving the next day. So what's the big deal?
Plaintiff James Pinkin Jr. is suing his ex-girlfriend, who he claims has been married 8 times.
Counterclaim for emotional distress.
Yes.
How does he owe you?
From all the things that he has taken me through, Your Honor.
Like what?
Coming to the beauty shop, stalking me, going to the nursing home, and
He was
popping
coming
up
for
on
his
my
mail. Was he coming there for his mail?
I guess so. I didn't know until he got there, Your Honor.
And he said, "Where's my mail?"
Yes.
Lord have mercy.
All right. You all still like each other or want each other, or you still need him?
No.
Y'all don't need each other? Because I want you all to go and do something other than being here, because you're not making sense. The man said he was coming there to get his mail. You call it stalking. I say, well, was he just coming there to get his mail? Well, I didn't know until he got inside. Well, you knew. So why is it now stalking? You knew he was coming there to get his mail.
I didn't know he was coming to
But
the
once he
beauty
got
shop.
there, you knew. So how are you now suing him for stalking, now that you do know why he was coming? He wasn't coming there to stalk you. He was coming there to get his mail. But yet you come here today insisting that he was stalking, even though you now know that he was only coming to get his mail. I'm gonna have to send both of you all back. She probably changed the locks because you told her you were gonna leave, and the next day you did. That's why you changed them. You better say yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Both your claims are dismissed. Have a good day.
Let's go our separate ways.
I've been gone. We've been going our separate ways. So it's over with. I mean, it's been over.